Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm Ludwin, and today I'm going to walk you through our new drop from Earth Studies, a Pacific Northwest-based brand. A lot of their design and kind of ethos is focused on like outdoor and kind of like technology coming together. So if you could imagine like if you went to like space, if you went to the moon, but it was like actually a garden, that's kind of what these clothing is made for. So it's pretty sweet. I don't know. I don't know. I hope you can put your mind to that space and get ready for what I'm about to show you. But it's some great clothes. First off, we have a pant that we have had from Earth Studies, I think just about every single time we stock them, and we keep bringing it back. It's so great. This is their Field Pant. It is kind of like just like a classic, like a, I don't know, like a wider, kind of like a straight silhouette. The kind of easy pant that we wear here, I think if you've been shopping with No Man for some time, but they do some extra details and care to it. You can see it kind of has almost this curved J-leg shape, and it's the articulation they put into the knee on the back. So when you wear it, I mean, these are kind of built with the same kind of shape. So it does have that curved, almost like barrel shape. And they've just been doing that for longer than I think you've probably seen it in the masses. So these guys, they're forward thinking for sure. They have this built-in webbed belt with this really fine metal buckle that just keeps it all together. You can kind of like pull it out right here, and then it just becomes like an easy pant. But then you lock it in and cinch it to keep yourself secured. It does have pockets on here, which may be difficult to see, but there's two standard just slash pockets, and then the rear pocket I think is actually pretty clever. It kind of builds off the front pocket and is held by a snap. Bam, which is a really good snap, super good snap. There we go. And you get this very deep rear pocket, which is
there's a pocket inside.
yeah. There's like a pot the same way that like your baggies have a little mesh pocket for keys or something. You can do the same thing with here, so you can keep your secure goods secure. And then if you want to keep like a big wallet or a passport in the back, you've got it. So yeah, just really really sweet. It also has a gusset on that back pocket, so you're getting a ton of volume. And yeah, we did it in an undyed cotton that you can see like has like those natural flecks of the cotton seeds in there, so really pretty. And then the other color we've got, I believe they call it basalt. It's kind of like this brownish black color, I guess is the best way to put it, or kind of like this, yeah, just a dark ebony, earthy toned. It does have contrast panel on the pocket. This one, this like cotton ripstop, so you get that same kind of canvas along with a ripstop, same colors. So yeah, very very sweet. For sizing, I should mention, their trousers are sized in U.S. waist sizes, so 30 to 38. I'd say if we have your true size available, buy that. But if you are in between sizes, take your size down because there is a good amount of give in the waist, and there's a lot of adjusting to be done here. And the shape is pretty generous, so I think sizing up will lead you probably with a more mentally uncomfortable fit than taking something down. Unless your goal is to have like a nice big wide pant, then size up. You know what you're doing. You're not new to this if that's your goal. The next up is a new shape for us and for Earth Studies. This is the first time they're introducing it. This is their Chino. So whereas these were kind of a more like outdoorsy gardening kind of inspiration, this is a kind of a reductive take to this. They really streamlined it. They focused down their field pant to just the essentials, which really is the shape and that cool pocket situation that I mentioned earlier. Except instead of a gusset, they actually decided to keep it sewn in, so it looks a bit more, workplace appropriate, which is kind of their take on it. We found that, guys really like the shape, they like the look of it, but they also want something to wear into their office, without drawing too much attention. They still want to look stylish and cool, but not like the guy that spends, I guess, all day hiking, So yeah, that's what this pant is. It's made out of this really incredibly fine, like cotton chino drill. It just feels really substantial and smooth in hand. It's like perfectly good for like year-round wear. So it's fine. It's so, I guess, finely, woven that I think it would be good in the cold, but then it's light enough that I think it makes sense to wear in the heat as well. So definitely something you can wear year-round. We did it in a nice black because it's something you could pair with just like a striped shirt and you're ready for the office. I feel like this is like, most offices these days at least are leaning to something like this that you'd be able to walk in. So yeah, get your nice Earth Studies office chinos. I'm taking a size 34 in these. I'm usually somewhere between a 34 and 36, and the 34 I think suits me pretty well. Next up, we have their shirt. I believe they called this the research shirt. This is a shirt shape that we've had in the past. I mean, same thing with these pants. This is kind of the matching companion. They have this big ol' like research shirt. It's kind of a take on like a classic work shirt where it has those two big chest pockets, but instead of opening from the middle, They open from the outside with a similar snap mechanism that you saw on the rear pocket. So you have it all there, and it's usually at least one contrast pocket. This one's done in like a more of an optic white ripstop, whereas the rest of it is that undyed flax. Not flax, sorry, cotton. But something to mention is that the base of this is also ripstop, but it's like a brushed ripstop. It's about as close to a flannel that a ripstop can be, if that makes sense. So if you're used to like ripstop being this kind of like stiff, crinkly fabric, like milsurp kind of a vibe, this is definitely not that. It's much more substantial in hand. It's a hardy cloth. It just, I think, will keep you warm and just feels really nice on skin. I'm a big fan of this cloth. And then kind of building on top of that flannel-like research shirt, they did two proper flannel research shirts. And I think I put it in the copy, but I really think it makes sense. So I'll just restate it now. This is more of like a study in texture than the study in earth itself, because you're kind of doing some things like there's some things at play here. So where you have that contrast or that usual contrast of the ripstop panel, you're still getting that same boxy kind of like grid along with this cotton flannel. So it does kind of like echo back and forth. You're like, ooh, it's grid on grid. You're doing a lot of things really, really well here. And it's made with this like mid-weight cotton flannel. So it's still like heavier than I'd say like, this, but not as chunky and lofty as what we've got Kenshawn wearing right here. So this is the most plush flannel that they've done. This is probably the heaviest shirt that I've seen Earth Studies do. And it feels really, really nice. The colors are pretty gorgeous. I think if you know No Man Walks Alone, we're a sucker for browns. And the way that these browns are layered on each other is really impressive. And the flannel itself, this one was more of like, I guess, a flannel that I feel like you've tried before from us. This is something that I don't think I've seen. It's almost like it reminds me of like Kanta or like a Sashiko, just the way you can feel the stitches of the flannel. So there's a bunch of texture in hand while also just being incredibly soft. It's a pretty cozy blanket-like shirt, yeah?
Yeah, it is quite a, y'all can hear me. It is a cozy blanket-like like shirt. And it almost like, I think from afar, you brought it to the back and Greg was like, this looks like a wool. And it does. It looks like a wool blanket, but it is just a nice like comfortable cotton if like you don't want like the heat of a wool or that insulation. It's just a nice little cozy thing. Like, you throw it in the wash, you could easy launder, easy everything. I like it. It's cool. Plus, you got those hints of like green in there. Mm-hmm. So if you're like if you're a freak for like the natural element like colors and all of that, which I am, you're gonna enjoy this shirt. Feels good. And this is a size large too. So you guys you can go true to size. You ain't gotta like size up for the vibe or nothing. Go true to size. Nice and easy. I got it over this nice little Kiji sweatshirt thing. It's cool.
Yeah, he looks good. And I'll agree. Everything that Earth Studies makes, for the most part, there's no need to size up on. Even if you're like a relaxed fit kind of guy, it's already cut with that in mind, because those guys are relaxed fit kind of guys. So yeah, take your usual size and you're going to get the intended nice kind of like boxy, looser fit. Speaking of boxy, looser fit, we have some new Recon tees from Earth Studies. We've had some of their tees in the past in just a classic like heavyweight cotton jersey. We really liked them, but what we liked most was like the shape. It's a good slightly cropped shape, so it's not going to be hitting like above the waist level or anything, but it's just looser and hangs off the body in a really, really pleasant way. I think it works well with the pants that they make, but I think it also works well with like other brands we carry here at No Man. Just as long as it has a slightly higher rise, or if you're going for like a mid rise and you have the mid drift to make that work, do it. It's going to be good. But yeah, this time we've got 3 thermal tees in kind of this mid-weight, pretty plushy, like soft thermal fabric. I feel like it's a really nice one. I don't think that I felt other thermals like this, and it has like a springy, bouncy kind of a vibe to it. I do really like that there's no ribbing at the bottom or the sleeves. It's just that neck, so it really does hang and exist like a t-shirt, but you just kind of get that familiar feel from what's anchored around your neck. The tees do come with this little accessory loop. They hang their like Earth Studies tag off of it, which you're welcome to continue keeping it on if you want to rep the brand. But I like just hanging your glasses, or I guess if you're a carabiner person, you can put it on there too. But there's a couple things. But yeah, we've got the white, this nice rusty orange, along with this kind of like a similar off black color, the basalt. It's kind of like this dark anthracite gray, brownish mottled color. And then in that same cloth and color as this guy, we've got their mock neck tee, which I think is very dope because it has the same kind of like boxy, loose cropped cut as the tees, except it's done in a long sleeve. So those proportions are kind of just reinforced and exaggerated. You kind of get this, the sleeves are fully long, but they're hanging below the waist, so it just looks really good proportionally. And you get a nice chunky mock neck. It doesn't creep up too high. It really is just right where you want it. It layers very, very nicely with things like this. I feel like if you did this, that's a very natural, warm, and cozy pairing. And yeah, again, take your usual size. You're going to get the desired fit. I love these things. And yeah, that is Earth Studies. Please let us know what you think. You know, comment, subscribe, send me a message. I don't know. Take care, guys.